Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new Let's Play. As it says there, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. You may be wondering, where's the other Metal Gear Solid games? Well, I had a long think about this, and I thought, and I've had some discussion with some people I know on Discord, and I thought the best way to do this was to play the series in chronological order, because everyone else does it in release order. I thought it'd be fun to do that because it'd be interesting to see how the story holds up with all the retcons and everything. So let's do this. That new game. I like MGS 3 because that'll give me some stuff. Tempted to go hard. You know what, let's do it. Give myself a bit of a challenge, why not? I've played this game to death, so...
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Also cutscenes. On by default, I'm not sure.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Yes, this is
Good.
the
Got high
HD
visibility.
version on PS3, I should point out. Just in case you're wondering.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's
It
doing?
doesn't really have any differences. The only real difference is the form of some extra camera.
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
You can kind of see there on his
This is
helmet.
one for the history
We'll
books.
see when
The
it
world's
switches
first
back to-
Halo jump.
Actually, it isn't the world's
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings.
And fly. God be with you.
yeah, you can see it really clearly there. It's actually says on his helmet there, Gear Solid Snake Eater. Doesn't really make any sense.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission.
Yeah, what's
the
it
future
up,
of our
please?
Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
Don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same.
Yeah, I just
On
had a
April
look.
12th,
It says here the
the
first
Soviets
Halo jump was
achieved
actually
the first manned
1957.
spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue,
Or
but
it
there
was
was
first
no
devised
God.
in 1950.
Well spoken.
Discovered in 1950.
The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin into orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly
57.
established Design Bureau.
From a lowly
Which is
technician
actually
to head of
7
Design
years before
Bureau,
this game
that's quite a
set, so,
success story.
yeah.
So why'd he want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also
Anyway,
to
I'm
be
talking
taken
over all
safely
the
to the west.
backstory here.
We used a mole to get
This
the
is
family out
because I
first,
know they'll
and
just
succeeded
get by
in sneaking
heart.
Sokolov over the Berlin Wall
But,
shortly
you know,
afterwards.
some people watching this might not,
I
so
was the one who
apologize.
conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba.
Yeah, in case you didn't know what
President
the
demanded
Cuban,
that the
the
Soviets
Cuban Missile
dismantle
Crisis
and
is.
remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba.
Yeah, we came really
So the
close to
world
World War
avoided a
III
nuclear
there.
holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov
Yeah, we don't
or
know what
risk
he's working on.
full-scale
Here's some
nuclear
vague
war.
blueprints.
In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital.
But the
handed
first
him
time you
over
play
to
this game,
agents
those
on the
blueprints, you
eastern
don't
side.
even know what you're looking
Sokolov
at.
kept on screaming,
You know,
"Save me!"
if you've
He
played this
disappeared
before,
from us.
those blueprints will be actually recognizable.
Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
No, about Colonel
Yes.
Gaddafi. What do you
He was
think?
taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No, according to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted
Help
us.
me, Obi-Stick Kenobi, you're our only hope. Alright. I have a feeling right now most of this first episode is going to be cutscenes. Well, that appears solid.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
Yeah, it shouldn't take me more
But
than one.
if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Simultaneous nodding. Yeah, we're cool. We'll be cool. This shouldn't take long. At least the opening part of this. I actually think this is probably Operation... The Virtuous mission is probably shorter than the tanker mission for Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah, it leaves no trace. Major Zero says that he dumps all his equipment there.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be
Yeah, I
careful,
don't know
you
many
might not have a
restaurants have
choice.
snakes
What
on
about
the
you,
menu.
Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a
Yes, that is a
sneaking
Bowie
mission.
reference.
You must
in case
not
were
be
wondering.
seen by the enemy.
It's also a reference
You
to
must leave
something
no
else,
trace of
but
your
yeah,
presence.
We'll get to that.
Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
A highly skilled operative, ladies and gentlemen.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a
Yes,
tree
I know
that's
all
covered
this,
in ivy
yeah.
and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet
Yeah, that's what I
airspace,
really
but I'll be in the
dislike.
gunship.
Games you can't skip the
My
tutorial
frequency
when
is
you played them
140.85.
Even though, you
I'll
know,
give you
I
a
actually,
call if I need to
to be
talk to you.
fair to the game, I don't actually
If you need
have
to
any
talk to
save
me,
files
use
on
the send
on
function.
right now.
Okay,
so
Snake, go get your backpack.
the game has no real way of knowing I've played this game hundreds of times before. Alright. First things first. There's the cliff. See, I guess he must have thrown his stuff over the side there. Oh well. Right. Yeah, we need to get the backpack. We can't do much. We don't have any. Well, we've got a knife. So that's about it. And, what are you doing? I didn't mean no one yet do that. Okay, we can swing down and across and get the backpack and that'll do. And more radio calls. 20 minutes into this and we've hardly
I
had
see
any
you've retrieved
gameplay.
your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You can use either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy tranquilizer gun?
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor. However, the suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches 0, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it.
I doubt I'll be firing
suppressor's
this thing
durability
enough
is shown
times
in the icon.
In the,
Any weapons and equipment beyond
during
what
the
you're
Virtuous
carrying now,
mission to
you'll have to find as you go.
I have to
Break
find
the
my own
suppressor
weapons
bit.
and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily waste. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission. You're a ghost, Snake, in every sense of the word.
Okay.
There'll be no rescue if you're captured. The military and US government will deny any involvement in the affair.
Then I'll just have to take care of myself, huh?
I'm afraid so. You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose.
Yeah, that's something I
SAS
probably never
guidelines stipulate
use.
that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Relax. There's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She.
Right, down boy.
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice
Yep,
to meet you.
She remember her
Paramedic.
sitting next to.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Next to
Aren't
the
you going to
cur-
tell me your
the
real
major.
name?
Are you
Remember
going to tell
Colonel,
me yours,
but
Mr.
That's a
Snake?
different metal.
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short.
And yeah, his
You're a
foot
regular
there,
Captain
good
Nemo.
stuff, but
A
paramedic,
name means
28
nothing on the battlefield.
from Boston.
After a week, no one has a
I really
name.
have a Boston accent.
What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
Right.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency,
Yeah, you want to put the
140.96.
birthplace and exit.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you? A legendary soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
Boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me.
Yeah, I've decided. We're like 20
Talk to
minutes
me.
in, it's been mostly
Let me
talking,
hear your
so I'm going to
voice.
have this mission go a bit long.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself. Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
No, it had nothing to do with you. I already told you, Jack. I was on a top secret mission. A soldier has to
Yeah,
follow
seriously, get
whatever
over it,
orders
Snake.
he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter. But you're not quite a soldier.
Also, I've just forgot to mention,
A soldier is a
Major
political
Zero
tool,
told Snake not to
nothing
use
more.
his real name.
That's
Here's the
doubly
boss
true if he's
using
a
it all
career
over the
soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of
Yeah,
the
I'll be paying
leader,
attention.
no matter who's in
This is actually
charge.
important.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your code name is Snake.
Yeah,
It suits you well.
You forget that.
That's
Greatest
right.
soldier
The
that ever
legendary
lived.
unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit. A group of heroes that brought the war to an
Yeah,
end
I
and
guess
saved
that's
the
the other
world.
reason for calling
As
her
long as you've
Snake.
got a
though you never
legendary
actually
hero
mentions
backing
it.
you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC. Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After
don't
all,
worry,
this is your
I know how
first
to do- I know
actual
how to
survival
CQC.
mission. I'll be supporting you
I'll
over the
probably be
radio.
playing the.
Where are you,
I'll
boss?
probably be playing
Next
this
to the
game on
major?
Vita, so-
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is
Questionnaire.
141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov.
Oh, you mean we'll actually get gameplay now?
Dr. Sokolov is
Half
being
an
held
hour
in an
in,
abandoned
yeah.
factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing Virtuous mission now.
Yep, commencing Virtuous mission. Which we'll do in the next video, so thank you for watching. Nah, I'm only kidding. Can't believe you with that. Okay, on to the next area. I think, yeah, I'll finish the Virtuous mission in this episode, so it shouldn't take long if I do it right. And again, hopefully, I might jinx myself here, but I'm a veteran at this game, so I should be okay. Right, here's... Yeah, crocodile. You want to be careful. Ow! See, I didn't even see that one. But what you can do, see the... Shut that down. And then You don't want to go across the swamp at the deepest part because you'll end up getting... That's the suppressor. Anything else here? Nah. I can't kill those crocodiles. I choose not to. Oh yeah, I forgot to go into the backpack and equip some stuff. That's fine. We don't need the bug juice. We don't need any of that, so we're alright. Yeah, we'll get a tutorial about camouflage in a minute, so we can continue on. Oh, don't get.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Carried 5.56ers and pineapples.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. You can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively.
Alright.
Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Alright, I think these guys might have heightened senses because I'm playing on hard, but I'm not entirely certain. Either way. Right. Woodland and leaf. Or a bit deep. Yeah, DPM. That's the DPM Flecton. Yeah, these DPM Flecton Oscam. I think Desert Tiger as well. Maybe these are actually extra camo patterns that come with this version. There's any extra face paints? Yeah, the flags, which I never use. I should talk a bit about my, because I'm stealthy. Well, I like to play stealth games stealthily, so I'm going to try and sneak around without getting spotted. Hopefully, yeah, which requires a bit of patience. Sneaking around like this, on my end and on yours probably. I mean, I could run in there and rush in and run and gun if I wanted, but I'd rather not. I'd rather play the game this way. Please don't pass and then crawl out of here. Oops. Yep. Now what I'm going to try and do is get through this game without setting off any alerts. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a no alert, no kill run, but we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to be sleep. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to try and do an all-out kill run, but we'll see how successfully that works out. Ammo. That's handy. Try and... Yeah, I'm trying to outline this later properly so it goes in this. Yeah, thermal goggles, those are really useful. Because they take up battery power, but... Crawl over here. Yeah, you can't see the guy plainly there, but if you go, yeah, it shows you guys. If they're sometimes hard to spot, this will make it easier. So I need to wait for him to turn around and walk back the other way, which I assume he does. I don't think there's another guy there.
Something there?
Shite. There actually is another guy back there.
Seeing things.
Yeah, I could see him through the... Yeah, you can kind of see him. Now that I've equipped the thermal goggles. See, it's hard to see him without them. Okay, he's walking off, so... And he's walking off, so we should be able to make our way up here. Into this undergrowth. Excellent. The snake will actually stand up. There we go. Next area. Done. And it plays a little cutscene if we get here without being spotted. Which gives you a little hint of the best way of dealing with this area. Oh, that's smart. Right. I don't think he can see me up here. It'd be kind of unfair if he could, because how the hell's he going to get to me? But yeah, we need him... I think he's in the right spot. Huh? Yep, there we go. He runs across the bridge. And he runs into these two guards, and they all run off, which is handy. Well, hopefully I have enough time to get down here before they come back. I can't remember what's down here. I'm not too sure if it's actually something useful. That's enough. Plenty of more bullets. I'm not even sure I need it. We fired this gun like twice, I think. Right, if I'm quick, hopefully, fingers crossed, I get to the next area before they come back, please. Ah, crap, stop. There we go. Alright.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. And do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Let's go. Right. Now. This is a bit harder, but should be able to get there without any alerts. Wait till this guy walks and we can crawl across the little road behind it. Or the path, more like. I wish you could tag guys like you can in Metal Gear Solid 5. I bet things would be a bit. Right, that's him there. I want to be careful, get round the tree and not press into it and end up standing up. But yeah, that's a trick I learned. If you get Snake pointing in the right direction, you go and first, like, see, like that. You go and you get Snake pointing in the wrong direction. You go in first person view. You can turn them round, which is handy. Right, I need to see. Okay, I can't see that guy up there anymore. So. Where are you gonna go? The guy walking around in here, but I can't see him. He's in the back there. Probably. Oh! I almost went right into you. Where are you going? The best place is to crawl into that hole where the snake is in the background. You see it? If I can get there, then I think I'll be okay. Huh? Shite.
Who was that?
Ah, damn it. This guy is the one I'm talking about. The hell is he doing? What the hell is he doing? Okay, this guy's glitched out, so I might have to go around. There's crawling past there. Actually, that might have worked out in my favour. Because he's glitched out, I can easily get past. Okay, I didn't mean to do that, but I never claimed this was going to be a glitchless run. I've never actually seen that glitch before, so... Stand up. Huh?
Who's that?
Nobody. There's one with a cardboard box.
Nobody
on
here.
top of these crates. Never mind, we're into the compound now. Just need to find a way to Sokolov. That guy's still glitching. we're safe now. Excellent. I've never ever seen that glitch before, I swear. Sokolov burned his porn magazine.
You must be
Actually,
Sokolov.
That is a funny cutscene.
Are you one of Vulcan's men?
The secret theatre where the
You'll
swap
never
character
get it from
models
me.
and things.
No,
That is one of
I'm a
Sokolov
CIA
actually burned
agent.
dirty magazines.
I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years
Well,
ago.
I see is from a different game but later in the timeline, but
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
I mean, he's sorry he was being
It
so late.
means
What do you think
he's
it
a
means?
man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru.
They.
You in
them.
the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the Gru. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
I wouldn't believe intelligence.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Alright, well, do that. Jeez, calm
Leave
down.
it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
Wait, I'm speaking Russian right
From
now?
my
Ah!
mentor.
Yeah, it's one of those things where,
Is
you know,
that
when I'm
so?
speaking Russian, it's translated for the
America
audience,
is truly
you know.
a frightening country.
They do that in films.
Having
don't they?
second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
No one spotted me.
Because I'm awesome at
I
this
see.
game.
What about the
I'm
boss?
saying that now. I
We
might not
lost
be saying
contact
that
with the
later.
boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably
Yeah, I've
just a
set
weak
myself
signal.
up for a fall.
Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
What the hell are you doing, Sokolov? Seriously, what kind of martial art is that? It's like he's about to do a Hadouken or no fireball or whatever.
Freeze!
Also, I'd point out the silencer being off Snake's gun, but there's a current theme in silencers coming and going is a recurring theme in Metal Gear games.
So this is the legendary boss.
Ah, this is a familiar character. If you've played any of the other games.
We meet at last.
You recognise the boots and that twirling action.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. What's a Gru soldier doing here?
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Yep.
Sokolov is ours.
Revolver. Awesome.
Get out of here.
Except you don't
Ocelot
revolver
never
Ocelot.
lets his
You
prey
don't use a
escape.
revolver just now.
What?
Oh, he lost his hat. Some sharp shooting though. And even at this point he knows how to ricochet bullets. Watch this. I always wondered if Ocelot was like a maths whiz, like a maths genius or something. So how he used like geometry and things to use angles to deflect bullets. You know, I'm overthinking.
I can't say it feels good to
Metal
kill a
Gear Solid
comrade,
games,
even if it is for the
even
group.
this game offers a little less explanation than most of them.
Sokolov, take cover.
Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
Yeah. Your intel is kind of dodgy. I mean, did you notice the boss is like a woman? You were never told that.
Crew operatives!
What is that stance? Huh. That gun.
Hey, laughing at me.
If you're not the boss,
It's the gun I was issued, but
then die.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one!
Yeah, that's what we did.
Whoa!
I thought you were tranquilized. Yeah, that's for mocking my stance, bitch.
Impossible. You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do. But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
Yep, there we go.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and there's his hand gesture. Oh well.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you alright?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
Said it's a boy
GRU
reference, might as well-
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like
No,
it.
Cuba's pretty hot.
Something about the
That's
whole
what
thing
it's gonna be, yeah.
stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Right. Now, if I had a lethal gun at this point, I could shoot Ocelot and get a game over. That famous, you know that. Snake, you've created a time paradox. Yeah, that happens. But unfortunately I don't have a lethal gun, so all I can do is follow. Whoop. Can do is follow Sokolov. Hey, buddy.
You okay?
Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best GRU has to offer. They're coming for me.
Coming to
I'm
take
finished.
you away, haha.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
That's what they were making you build.
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBMs.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain.
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo.
Yeah, what does that sound like?
Is that thing finished?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2.
the weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die.
Well, to be honest,
I wanted
if you
to see
think
my
about
wife and
it,
child again in
it
America.
doesn't seem like they were going to kill
Please,
you because
take me to America.
why
Quickly.
they needed you. So, what exactly?
They cannot complete it
and
without
his wife
my
and child
help.
were in America. So,
Got it. Let's
what
go.
exactly what leverage did they have over you, Sokolov? That's what I wonder. I mean, they couldn't complete it without him. Oh well, I'm not thinking too hard about it. Yeah, don't look down so long. That's the key component right across it. Yeah, I'd probably feel kind of nervous going over that bridge. I mean, it looks kind of sugary. Oh, sudden mist coming from nowhere. Give a dramatic entrance to... Da da da!
Boss?
Yeah, what the hell is she doing here? She might not doing that, I mean...
Good work, Jack.
Well, she was supposed to be
What are
on
you
a...
doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Yeah, I thought she was supposed to be on a submarine in the Arctic Circle. Apparently nobody actually verified that she was actually on that submarine. Just took her word for it.
Hornets!
You know, Hornets got through your man. Yeah, I know it. Here all day. Starring the Cobra unit. Actually, yeah, if this was Metal Gear Solid 5, we'd totally get that credit.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back.
Yeah, we're going to mention these guys, but we'll be at
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood.
No, that's water.
Is he crying?
Kuwabara.
Also, what mentioned about this game not having explanations? I know how this guy can conduct lightning until he has Electro's powers. Yeah, that never gets explained.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union.
Oh, it's that all.
Sokolov is a
Okay.
little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads.
These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
God damn it, Diane. Diane. Oh, for God, I forgot her name. The newsreader from Family Guy, same voice actor.
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Calm down, Spartan.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
What's the planning on it? It's a wrestling betrayal. She's going to pull him in for a clothesline. Well, nearly. Oh, choke slam!
The new blood has been rejected.
Yeah, this is all the time the
Are we
game is
done
keeping
here?
bosses up here down like that. 'Cause the next
Now,
time you
onto
see her, she's got it
Sokolov's
in a
research
ponytail.
facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to think this is the last you're going to see the boss.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Steve, we've got a call. Answer the phone, please. Have you thought about your upstanding PPI? Oh no.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move?
No one's gonna happen.
You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there.
But the game certainly doesn't give you the option.
All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the start button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into treatment using medicine with the item window button and surgical treatment using the weapon window button. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with the left stick to the affected part of your body. Once you've selected the affected area, hold the weapon window button and use the left stick to select the medical item and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
Okay. Yeah, because we can't move. See, I'm moving the joystick around, none's happening, so all we could do... Right, cover deep cut, no, blah. Deep cut, so we need suture, bandage, styptic and disinfectant on that. Whoops. Right, bone fractured, so we need a splint and a bandage. There we go. Oh, that had to be. Ugh. I had to hurt.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Over here. Huh. Interesting. Skeleton wearing the jumper. That's not the only person from these cliffs. Oh.
Shagohod.
No, Snake, she went for paper. You have to go for scissors. Useless. Yep, I guess that is the trial. Oh well. Get over there, Ocelot. You suck. Anyway. Coming up now is the moment which sets the entire plot of the plot of the rest of the game, as well as the next few subsequent games into motion. Actually, you know what? This sets the entire Metal Gear Solid series into motion this moment.
Great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
Cobra Kai.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear.
Yeah, the Metal Gear Solid series is usually known for nuanced villains. Not so in Volgan's case. He is pretty much pure evil.
A kiss of death.
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her.
Yeah, Volgan has no real redeeming qualities.
She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility.
Here it comes, that moment I was
I think it's time I
mentioning.
gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Arguably the whole plot of the series in motion.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Seriously, why the hell would Morgan do that? I mean, there's no real reason for doing so. Well, we'll find out in the later games, but even then it doesn't really make much sense. But yeah, we'll get to that later. And there we go, that's the end of the Virtuous mission. Yeah, I probably could have cut that into 2 videos, but given that the first half hour was pretty much all cutscenes, I felt I should continue. But so, anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next part when we commence Operation Snake Eater itself. So, thanks for watching, I will see you then. Bye!